funny story. I actually led a workshop at Hera Hub, and I remember walking in being like, this place is really cool, and the girl from this nonprofit that had hired me to come in, she's like, yeah, this is a co-working space, it's really fabulous. And you know, I just figured this is going to be probably the only time I'm here. She gave me the business card and I didn't follow through, of course. And then I ended up going to TEDx San Diego, which I encourage all of you, if you have there's tons of local TED events, but TEDx San Diego is going to have their conference in December. You should definitely go. So it's such an amazing opportunity. But I went, and I was so inspired. I was like, I'm going to put together another workshop. I need to find a space. And I Googled spaces, and I was like, wait, I remember going to that one place that one time. And then I went on her website, and I applied for an internship, an apprenticeship, and sent an email about space, like within 5 minutes. And so the director of operations, Janelle Dahl, she emailed me and said, why don't you just come in and let's talk about what your needs are, what you're kind of interested in. And so actually at the time before I started my business, I was working full-time in talent acquisition and development, doing employee engagement and employee development, OD, and all that. And so I came in, and that's exactly how I found Hera Hub. I had a conversation with Felina, and I started blogging for her while I was working full-time and building my business, and she can't get rid of me. I'm still there.
I met Felina pre-Hera Hub, doing some work in her other businesses. She is a businesswoman, Mega Mixer, and she asked me to come and film that for her. And I went on a walk with her one day, and walking Torrey Pines Hills, and she was telling me about this great concept that she had going on, and her enthusiasm and her passion, and I knew she had something going for her, and it was going to be something fabulous. And it wasn't until just this year that it was the right time for me to join. Actually, when she told the concept, when she opened it in my life, in my business, it was an exact match. But then she has impeccable timing because she sent me a little message on Facebook, and it literally was the perfect time for her to connect with me. And we had a talk, and I was telling her, you know what, now's the time, gotta do it. And so that's when I decided to join.
I was at a Women 2.0 meeting. It's for women in tech, and they meet once a month. And I met Mary Stovall, who is I don't know her title, but she works at the Hera Hub. And she told me about the co-working space. I had moved down from San Francisco, so I knew the co-working spaces there. Like, I know the concrete floor and the whiteboards and the little earphones and the hoodies, and I know it all. And so I was like, what was going to make this different? And so I walked in, and it's like, oh my gosh, you have a lobby with like the mood lighting and this waterfall, and this is not like, you know, that co-working space. And I had actually rented my own space when I was up there, and I spent a heck of a lot more money. Like, I just want to, like, you know, those moments where you're like, why did I do that for 2 years when something way better was, you don't even know about it, you know? And I know you're going to expand to San Francisco.
For me, it's been the collaboration, and I think that's a key, like, distinctive part of Hera Hub, is that it's more about what resources do you have surrounding you. So I can go and talk to anybody and ask, you know, is there somebody that can help me with script writing for this woman who wants to work and do some video with me, and there'd be a resource for that. Or I can say I need somebody to help style my client because they need a little bit of help, and I could contact Skylar for that. So it's a lot of collaboration, a lot of resources, and I feel that everybody wants to help each other out and to provide those resources. And so that's very distinctive to Felina's philosophy, is the collaboration.
Yeah, and I would say some of the same things that she said, and then also in addition to that, what is great about the collaboration is it makes it much more fun. Because as an entrepreneur, what I always found really challenging is that spending time at home, I wasn't being as creative as I wanted to be because I wasn't connecting with people. And so I have a lot more fun when I'm there, and I actually feel like being able to use the space. They've set it up in a way that you can do a free presentation. We have something called Business Boosters, where you can have a presentation on a certain topic, and then people get to learn about what you do, and you get to learn about what they do, because all you see is a business card and talk to them, kind of casually, but in a Business Booster you get to really know them. And then they've also set up what's called Guru Hours, which is really fabulous. So for example, if I want to do some video, I can go to your Guru Hours, and you can help me do some editing, and we all have, some of us have our gurus, and we can have different hours, and have people learn from it. I've been to all different gurus, it's really fun.
So one of the things too, expanding on that, is the groups that we've set up. Like, I'm up here speaking right now because we have a speakers bureau, and you don't pay extra to have a speakers bureau and learn how to speak, So you just meet with people, you do your speaking, and they give you feedback on that. And one of the things for me is going to beauty schools and going to salons and saying, hey, I want you to collaborate on my website, and being able to speak in front of a group and do that. So that is definitely something that the hub has given me. There's also other salons and product makers there that I've connected with. That's been phenomenal.
And I would say I've gotten a lot out of it, but I think the biggest thing definitely has to be support and possibility. I didn't come from an entrepreneurial background. My parents are very much like they've worked the same job their entire existence, and they're going to retire there. And so to me, it's like I had this dream and this vision of creating something that I'm really passionate about, but sometimes when you can't see it, around you, you wonder, is this even possible? And so, every single day I get to sit next to women that are out in the world doing incredible things, and they're doing it on their own. Seriously, it's phenomenal. Like Mel was saying, our speakers bureau, sitting and collaborating and having these conversations with women. When I was in the corporate world, these women would have been in like the C-suite. I never would have gotten to sit next to them or to ask them questions or to learn from them or be inspired from them, and we're sharing a desk. And so just even getting to see that entrepreneurship is a possibility, and like this track can indeed be for you, that's been by far, I think, like the biggest takeaway for me.
And I have one more comment on it, because I think we didn't talk about too who kind of runs each of the Hera hubs, and that makes a big difference. I know we have one of our people here, Catherine's right there, and we have different names, curators, cruise directors, different things that they're called, but basically they know everyone that's working at Hera Hub, so if they realize that you need help with something, they can help you find the right connection. So it's not just doing it ourselves, but like recently I went to Catherine and I said, I really need someone who does SEO, I really need someone who does a few certain things, and she gave me names of who to talk to. And so you're finding other entrepreneurs that you can refer to, and they can refer back to you, which is great.
So it's helped all your networks, and then from there, have you guys gained any clients from going? I know with videography, I'm sure a lot of people are like, hey, wait, I want a video on my website.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
So
definitely.
it's helped also grow your business as well as your network.
But actually, to chime in,
Yeah.
that's my style. Just to clarify, there are like referral groups like BNI, for example, which are really great, but that is not what Hera Hub is at all. Sometimes there's an opportunity to provide a resource and to get a client or to hire someone else, and that happens really organically, and it's really wonderful. But that's not like one of the requirements when you come here is like you're going to get 4 leads from this many members. That's not what the space is at all. So I just want to make sure.
There's no pressure. Like some of those
Yeah.
clubs, there's like a pressure, like you have to bring a certain number of
Yeah.
This is just hanging out, working with people.